nighttime allows my mind to sleep, when thoughts and visions of your being become as real to me as life, I then become aware. You are there. With eyes closed, I can taste everywhere. Your eyes, your lips, your breast, your hair. Such a dream, so real, such a love I feel I want to stay forever and ever in the realms of this dream. Oh dream maker, oh weaver of magical dreams, make this dream come true tonight. Dream maker, make my dream come true tonight. Let me take her to the highest height that we can reach. Dream maker, make my dream come true tonight. Let me take her to the highest heights. Yeah, yeah. She's a queen.
D-Boys music.
She's a
D-Boys music.
Yeah, baby, she my queen. The baddest thing I ever seen. She don't ask for anything, so I give her everything. Baby, she my queen. The baddest thing I ever seen. She don't ask for anything, so I give her everything.
She don't ask for nothing, that's why she deserve it all. Times might got tough, but she never let us fall. Taking care of found out them losers get some funds. Educated herself, kept God first, now she owns something. She always focused, never on surrender. Say goes and meet him, baby girl, you a stunner. Come from the mud, I respect, shawty come up. Make sure her kids scrape up.
Baby, she my queen. The baddest thing I ever seen. She don't ask for anything, so I give her everything. Baby, she my queen. The baddest thing I ever seen. She don't ask for anything, so I give her everything.
My boss and a king. Yeah, I did it for my queen. Yeah, I put her on my team. Yeah, got me coaching everything. Yeah. I make her count some money. Yeah, I did. And we always stunning cause we have no kids. Don't need to have no kids cause we got kids. I take her out on trips so she never trip. Bring her to my town, yeah, we real big. She loving all my sounds cause we got hits. And she gon' be my bunny just like Clyde did. And we gon' make some movies, call it Netflix.
Baby, she my queen. The baddest thing I ever seen. She don't ask for anything, so I give her everything. Baby, she my queen. The baddest thing I ever seen. She don't ask for anything, so I give her everything. Baby so fly, that's my queen. She got it, she poppin' on fleek. And I bought her love, don't come cheap. Baby, a diamond on bling. She like Gucci, Louis, diamond rings. Baby, I could show you finer things. She done fell for them legs in the past. Told me that it wasn't what it seems. Baby, you know how I do. Baby, you know how I move. I could take you out of state, buy you all Chanel shoes. Baby, them lanes is lame. They just gon' play them games. I told you I'm not the same. I gon' buy you diamond rings.
Don't make me
Don't make me over. Now that you know how I adore you. Don't make me over. Now that I do anything for you. Don't make me over. Now that you know how I adore you. Don't pick all the things I say, the things I do. Just love me with all my faults. The way I love you, I'm begging you. Don't make me over. Now that I can't make it without you. Just don't make me over. I wouldn't change one thing about you. Just take me inside your arms and hold me tight. I'll always be by your side. Whenever you're wrong or right, I'm begging you. Don't make me over. Don't make me over. Now that I do anything for you. Don't make me over. Change. Now that you know how I adore you. Don't make me over. Don't make me over. Now that you've got me at your command. Accept me for what I am. Accept me for the things that I do. Accept me for what I am. Accept me for the things that I do. Don't make me over.
WODU, the heartbeat of Old Dominion. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Oh, yes, we here. We are definitely in the building. Let you know that the Dream Maker Show is here.
Yes.
And we're about to go in. There we go. We on the
Go in.
camera. I thought we weren't there for a minute. I was getting ready to say, where we at? You know, where we at?
Where we is, where we is.
We always, you know, technology is always trying to mess with you.
It's all
But we
right.
got to keep moving forward. That's what we do. That's what we
Amen.
do.
Amen.
Good morning. My co-host is here, Mellow V.
Yes.
In the building.
In the building.
You know how it is. How's your
Yes.
morning?
Oh,
Let me get that out
going
your way,
wonderful,
you know.
wonderful. We had an opportunity to meet a wonderful woman this morning that works
Okay.
for the Office
Okay.
of Leadership and Student Involvement. Mashall Walker, thank you so much. She was our saving grace and angels this morning. Amen. God always will send who we need when we need them.
No doubt about it.
Amen.
No doubt about it.
Yes.
And
But it's
got
a
it.
nice sunny day.
hey, that's what I'm talking about. We got
It'll be 74 degrees.
Hey,
Wow.
well, that's what I'm talking about.
Right.
Get it in.
Yeah.
Get it in. Make a friend.
Yeah.
That's what we're going to do. We're going to make a friend. Because ain't no way we can do anything any other way, but make sure that it be fun. And that's what we try to do here. Make sure that it be fun and be exciting.
Right in your day.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's what it's all about.
We got some good music going on.
Hey, today I'm playing everything. I might throw in a spiritual or two.
There you go.
You know,
there you
the
go.
Spirit of the Lord is upon me.
Mix it up. Mix it up.
I'm telling you, because you
Yes.
always got to be mindful that the Spirit is always upon you. It's just that you got to recognize it and be aware that the Spirit brings joy, brings love. You know, with all this, I get tired of turning on. Right now, I used to watch news every day.
Right.
This is no joke. When
Right.
I'm home,
Mm-hmm.
I watch it in the morning
Right.
at 5:30. I watch it at 12 o'clock. Then I come back at 4 o'clock.
Wow.
Every day.
Loyal.
And then 11 o'clock again at night.
Wow.
But some said, why deal with all that negativity?
Right. Because it'll get in your spirit.
You get in your spirit and have you doing things that you don't normally do.
And it'll drain you.
Yeah.
So much negativity will drain you. All this news is not bringing the good news.
Hey, that's what I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah.
They ain't letting us, you know. Well, I ain't gonna keep talking about them. They ain't paying me. They ain't giving me no money. I ain't talking about them. I ain't calling none of the station's name. I ain't getting no money.
Amen.
And that's why I'm trying to figure out what all this negativity going on in our community. Who is the young folks working for?
Wow.
You know, who they working for? The news media or the undertaker? Or these privatized prison system? Because ain't nobody getting paid in the community.
Right.
They ain't making no sense to me.
No.
I ain't getting paid. Yeah,
But we're on the top of every hour of every
hello.
newscast.
Hey, it's got to be something. It's got to be a better way.
It's got to be a difference.
Got to change that frequency distribution. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
That's right.
Oh,
And that's
did I
on
say?
Saturdays.
Saturdays. Hello.
Yes, Saturday mornings.
That's for all those
listen
young
in.
people that want to be positive and get that positive consciousness
Change that
awakened.
narrative.
You know, it'd be like back in the day on late night on Friday nights on Channel 13, WVEC.
Right.
It used to be this like horror type thing come on called Shark. Good evening, friends.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah, and it's like that's what we get into now. You know, good evening, friends. Come on now, let's get back into some music.
Yes.
And when I brought that up, because one reason I brought it because of Slick Rick. You know, I got to tell a children's story. That's why I brought it up. But Slick Rick said, "This is how we do it." You're rocking and riding on WODU. It's the heartbeat of Old Dominion.
Would you read us a bedtime story, please, please?
All right, you kids get to bed. I get the storybook. Y'all tucked in? Here we go. Once upon a time, not long ago, when people wore pajamas and lived life slow, where laws were stern and justice stood, and people were behaving like they ought to good, there lived a little boy who was misled by another little boy, and this is what he said. Me and you tonight, we're gonna make some cash, robbing old folks and making the dash. They did the job, money came with ease, but one couldn't stop, it's like he had a disease. He robbed another and another, and a sister and a brother. Tried to rob a man who was a DT undercover. The cop grabbed his arm, he started acting erratic. He said, "Keep still, boy, no need for static." Punched him in his belly and he gave him a slap. But little did he know the little boy was strapped. The kid pulled out a gun, he said, "Why'd you hit me?" The barrel set straight for the cop's kidney. The cop got scared, the kid he starts to figure, I'll do years if I pull this trigger. So he cold dashed and ran around the block. Cop radios into another lady cop. He ran by a tree, there he saw the sister. Shot for the head, he shot back but he missed her. Looked round good and from expectations he decided he'd hit for the subway stations. But she was coming and he made a left. He was running top speed till he was out of breath. Knocked an old man down and swore he killed him. Then he made his move to an abandoned building. Ran up the stairs up to the top floor. Opened up a door there, guess who he saw? Who? Dave the dope fiend shooting dope. Who don't know the meaning of water nor soap? He said, "I need bullets, hurry up, run." The dope fiend brought back a spanking shotgun. He went outside but there was cops all over. Then he dipped into a car, a stolen Nova. Raced up the block doing 83. Crashed crashed into a tree near university. Escaped alive, though the car was battered. Rat-a-tat-tatted and all the cops scattered. Ran out of bullets and he still had static. Grabbed the pregnant lady and pulled out the automatic. Pointed at her head, he said the gun was full of lead. He told the cops, back off, for honey here's dead. Deep in his heart, he knew he was wrong, so he let the lady go and he starts to run on. Sirens sounded, he seemed astounded, and before long the little boy got surrounded. He dropped his gun, so went the glory, and this is the way I have to end this story. He was only 17 in a madman's dream. The cop shot the kid, I still hear him scream. This ain't funny, so don't you dare laugh. Just another case about the wrong path. Straight and narrow are your soldiers cast. Good night. Knock him out the box, Rick.
Ooh, boy.
Knock him out the box, Rick.
Really weird. I know, right? What does he mean, straight and
Knock him out the box, Rick.
Oh, no. I think he'll be cracking up or something.
Knock him out the box, Rick.
Good night.
Knock him out the box, Rick. Knock him out the box, Rick. Knock him, 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 knock him off the box. Ain't nothing. That's right. Break the ruler. Presentation. Crumbs.
Ain't no doubt about it. That's Slick Rick. You know how I go back in the day. Hear you that old school music, you know, early on the Dreammaker show. You know, we gotta do it right for everybody. Also, Mellow V, normally, you know, you usually do this part about who's gonna be the guest today.
Yes.
But I'm gonna have to do it myself. 'Cause
Okay.
I want to do it for a change, cause you know you get all the glory, and I'm gonna do what Slick Rick just said to do. Knock them off the box. You know, so I got to knock off the box today. But our special guest today on the Best of the 757 is none other than, I'm going to say, Venus Mashall, a.k.a. Mellow V, of the Best of the 757 Community Talk Show. And she used to be former president of the APAC organization, political nonpartisan group, in Virginia Beach. And we're going to be talking with her today and asking questions. So if you know, political savvy, you know, you want to chime in, or if you just want to know more about Venus Mashall, because we do the Best of the 757 so we can get to know everybody that's doing things in our community, what they are about and what they're trying to accomplish for our future generation. And Mellow V, it's going to be a pleasure to have you as a guest, and I'll be able to ask some questions for a change. You know, I'm going deep.
Oh Lord.
Deep.
Okay.
I'm going so deep that they might call the FCC and say,
Oh well.
he's off his rocker.
Well,
You know.
I don't think so. You'll be gentle, I know.
Yeah, you know,
Yes.
that's what I do.
Yes.
I mean, I just, you know, but I just, you know, I hope that, you know, that's okay with you. I know I informed you
this morning. But that's fine. That's
Yeah.
fine. We've known each other for a lot of years, so
Right.
it's just going to be like coffee talk.
Yeah,
You know,
just like when
just
we
at the
drive
kitchen
into
table,
work.
Yeah.
Just imagine when we drive in.
Conversations.
Yeah,
like
in the
I call-
studio.
That's it.
You
that's
know,
it.
I'm not like Steve Harvey or anything. You know, I'm not famous. I ain't got, you know, 7 or 8 digits behind my bank account.
Yet.
Last time I looked, I didn't have a bank account. But hey, God said I ain't through with you yet.
That's right.
You know,
Amen. As long as we're still breathing.
Right. I'm gonna clean out all the negative things that on your credit, all the negative things that banks say
Come
about
on
you.
now, come on
Then
now.
you'll pick and choose where you want to
We
put
got
the
to speak it into existence.
where we're gonna put the deposit at when it comes.
Amen.
Because when God deposits, He said, "I will open up the windows of heaven and pour out blessings that no man can count."
Amen.
So I'm already claiming mine. I ain't worried about it.
Amen.
I don't worry about anything. And that's why I start turning off the news, because the news is how you work. Like, it's that gloomy and doomy out there, you know, it's all good, because God holds the key to everything. And that's why you have to keep your hands in unchanging hands, unwinding hands. That's what I'm brought up on. But nevertheless, we're going to jump back into the music right now. You know, for all those people that might be listening, you know you just heard Slick Rick. And I'm going to bring this one in here called Say Goodbye. It's brand new. And, you know, I like bringing it to you because that's what we do here on the Dream Maker Show, make dreams come true. Stick and stay. Email, tweet, hashtag, call a friend and let them know the Dream Maker Show is on the air on the hottest station on the planet, WODU, the heartbeat of Old Dominion.
In the silence, I found truth. You don't want it, I won't make you. Every day's the same with you, my energy is low, low, hey. Lukewarm passion, halfway lost. Sex is barely keeping us. Maybe it's not quite as deep as I first thought it was. Say
Said I'm holding on. It's very hard to do when love's gone, and that's the lie. Holding on. It's very hard to do when love's gone. Yeah, yeah. She's gonna have me. I know you gotta be. Fire out your mind. There ain't no sense in crying. Stop for you to leave. That's the bottom line. I bet you lie awake nights, never rest a bit. Wish you always disappear. But still the bottom line is you got to deal with it. Give yourself at least be fair. Said I'm holding on. It's very hard to do when love's gone, and that's the lie. Holding on. It's very hard to do when love's gone, when love's gone. Hey, holding on. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah. Oh, say, holding on. It's so very hard to do. It's so very hard to do. Oh, I said, hey, I said, listen to me now. Well, you know, when the feeling's gone, you got to stop holding on. 'Cause that makes it twice as bad. You can't give a love that you don't have. So I drag on and on and on. On and on and on and on and on. Yeah. When love is gone, said that I'm holding on. It's so very hard to do when your love is gone. When your love is gone, holding on.
Are we really happy here with this lonely game we play? Looking for words to say, searching but not finding understanding anywhere. We're lost in a masquerade. Both afraid to say we're just too far away from being close together from the start. We tried to talk it over, but the words got in the way. We're lost inside this lonely game we play. Hearts are weeping disappear every time I see your eyes. No matter how hard the reasons that we carry on this way. We're lost in a man's parade.
WODU, the heartbeat of Old Man, and that was the one and only. You know who it was. That's George Benson from the Masquerade, and just before that, LTD. You know how we like to get it. Like I told you before, I play it all. I ain't got no problem playing it. Matter of fact, Mellow V, and right at this moment, we can talk about who we got for next week. And, you know, let people know who's going to be here.
On Tuesday, April 17th, we have Frances Knight Thompson. She's a former candidate for Virginia Beach School Board, and she'll be here to talk about an upcoming event for her ministry that she's involved in.
Oh, okay.
Yes, and then on Thursday, April 19th, we have Ms. Trendy. Yes.
Oh, Trendy gonna be in
Trendy.
the building.
Trendy. I like that name.
Yeah.
She's a singer and model. She's going to be here to talk some more about her upcoming events and what she's into.
Yeah.
She's gorgeous. I saw her picture on Facebook.
She's beautiful.
Yes, beautiful young lady.
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
Got a beautiful voice, too.
Oh, wow.
Because I'm playing her song next.
All right.
So that people can know what she's all about. It's brand new. You can download this at iTunes now. Don't get it twisted.
All right.
You know, get it that's where I get it from. I download it. Nobody gives me nothing. I'm trying to figure out why not. You know, I got to go and buy a song to play. I'm gonna ask her why she sent it to me. You know, like you do with all the other PDs and programming DJs.
All right.
How I got to go to iTunes and buy it.
There you go.
Because you know why? Because I support my people.
There you go.
You know, if I can afford a $1.29, why not?
Amen.
I go to Burger King and have it my way.
Have it your way, right?
Why can't I have it trendy way? You know what I'm saying?
Amen.
Because I like changing levels. That's why I buy it. Because I'm a changed agent. You know, I got to get on different levels. And that's why I bought it, because she said changing levels.
Wow.
Y'all check it out, iTunes. She'll be here next Thursday. We're going to hype it up, you know. We want everybody to listen in to the Dream Maker Show on WODU. It's on, baby. A heartbeat of Old Dominion.
Always been a really, really nice girl. That nice girl never had the life, girl. Always getting played to the left, until I got right with myself. They always told me that I couldn't do it, but I kept my faith and I got through it. I bossed it on up, got a real Ford tough. I had to change the game up, had to get my weight up. Change my level, had to change my level. Had to switch it up, had to go for something better. Change my level, had to change my level. Had to switch it up, had to go for something better. Woo! I was doing bad, but now I'm doing better. I ain't have the time, I can put you on my schedule. Had to cut you off, had to stack up my cheddar. Get on my level, get on my level. Said I was doing bad, but now I'm doing better. I ain't have the time, I can put you on my schedule. I had to cut you off, had to stack up my cheddar. Get on my level, get on my level.
Never up, bezel up, like you never seen it coming. I've been moving 100,000, barely pushing 100. Got locomotive momentum, only loco in the moment. Muy poco, it's your perspective. I'm wavier than the ocean, yes, I kill it OT. Every time I bow, yeah, I came from street. 18, no star, rocking with the right one. Been a cash on, big and shot it, don't make moves. Let's stop that check, yes.
Change my level, had to change my level. Had to switch it up, had to go for something better. Change my level, had to change my level. Had to switch it up, had to go for something better. Woo! I was doing bad, but now I'm doing better. I ain't have the time, I can put you on my schedule. Had to cut you off, had to stack up my cheddar. Get on my level,
softly. I swear I go enter yawa for you. Bigay, I don't enter bigay for you. Try to tell water into wine. Adada, adada. No be so we talk adada, adada. No be so we arrange You say, you say, King David.
So much pain that it's hard to maintain. And a smile on my face, cause it's madness on my brain. So I gotta make it back, but my home ain't on the map. Gotta follow what I'm feeling to discover where it's at. I need the in case it's fades forever, just to be sure these last days are better. And the five that is to give me the strength to look the devil in the face and make it home safe. Now tell me, how did all my dreams and the nightmares, how did I lose it when I was right there? Now I'm so far that it feels like it's all gone to pieces. Tell me why the world never fights fair. I'm trying to find a place where I can go to take this off my shoulders. Someone take me home. Someone take me.
I found no cure for the loneliness. I found no cure for the sickness. Nothing here feels like home. Crowded streets, but I'm all alone.
I found no cure for the loneliness. I found no cure for the sickness. Nothing here feels like home.
Crowded streets, but I'm
Someone
all alone.
take me home.
The big night, wear that dress I like. I'ma clean up for you, I'ma get right. I made some reservations, the proper preparations to quench your thirst, lavish living in expensive tasting. Dinner with you, a spa for two, and after that we can hit the room and do the do. Haha, you love my humor, don't you? You smell that marijuana. Let's get ghosts and go anywhere you wanna.
We going out tonight, out on the town. It's just me and my girlfriend. Yeah, yeah. Out on the town. Yeah. And we going out.
Damn, look at you. You're so beautiful. Lovers lane doing things that the couples do. Yeah, I rock the few. Yeah, I drop the few. But for some strange reason, ma, I rock with you. You so sexy with your heels and your Becky's. All you gotta do is trust me. I'll be gentle if you let me on. Tonight's the night we get it right. No fuss and fight. Cut the phones off, so let's take flight.
Yeah. We going out tonight. Out on the town. Out on the town. It's just me and my girlfriend. Yeah, yeah. Out on the town. Oh, yeah. And we going out. Yeah.
I give you my love and my time, we connected because you're my everything. You're my everything. Oh.
Baby, I know that you're worth it. I've been looking so long trying to find a connection because you're my everything. You're my everything. What we had, nothing's better than you.
WODU, the heartbeat of Old Dominion. That's the sound of the one and only Howard Hewitt. Shalimar, brand new. And you heard it first on the Dreammaker Show on WODU, the heartbeat of Old Dominion.
The Adventures of Captain 85.
Oh, what do you want to do now? I don't know. We can't stay here all day.
Excuse me, fellas, but aren't you supposed to be in school?
Yeah, but we're scared to go, Captain 85.
Why?
Because of all these school shootings. It's got all the students bugged.
I can understand your fears, but you can't let this stop you from getting an education.
But a lot of kids don't go. Some teachers don't even go.
Ah, but some did. So did some students. So up on your feet, boys. I can't allow you to play hooky.
Yes, sir.
Living and learning go hand in hand. So let's go learn something.
The Real Adventures of Captain 85. Our mentoring program is still on schedule because you see a lot of people that's coming on the Best of the 757 that said they will mentor some students and young people. And that's why we have the Best of the 757, to bring the very best mentors at your disposal. And that's all coming down. And don't forget to join me Saturday from 10 until 1 o'clock, 3 solid hours of music, and pretty soon some guests. Hopefully, maybe this Saturday I have a couple of guests. I don't know, but we'll tune in and let you know. It'll be on Facebook, Instagram. It'll be everywhere who our special guests will be this Saturday. It's all about the youth. That's what frequency distribution is about, changing the consciousness, bringing a more positive energy to our future generation. Don't forget at 12 noon, you know it's the Best of the 757 Community Talk Show, and the one and only, a.k.a. Mellow V, Miss Venus Mashall, will be our special guest today, and we're going to learn all about what she's been doing and what she was doing before she became my co-host. We're going to look into the background. We're going to separate the cobwebs and dust off the questions to see the real Venus Mashall. That's all coming up at 12. So please share the button and ask questions of this Venus Mashall, because that's what the talk show is about. Getting to know our community and our people that's involved in our community. So please share and comment. All right? And I might even have you call in today. Never know. Never know. Now back to the music on the one and only, the Dreammaker Show. That's what I like to do. Play music for you, your mind, body, and soul, on the heartbeat of Old Dominion, WODU.
This is a special time of year. The moment I've waited for is here. At last, I see pictures of my past. Now I hear the laughter of a child, and I know these sweet, familiar smiles. I'm home, the place where I belong. I see the faces all around, such a sacred place I found. The music fills the air like a prayer from up above. I'm surrounded in a circle of love. These are the rooms I'll never leave. These are the truths I still believe in my soul. All the simple things I know. These are the heroes never around, who taught me to walk on solid ground and to fly, to never feel the wind of time.
should stop. Know that you don't need me. Yeah, but you do. You got my dreams wild. Baby, I got to know ya. Ain't number, yeah. I gotta get to know ya. Your way, word you probably say when you want. I'm right here, baby. Longing to know ya. I gotta get to know every way, baby. Yeah. Lady, I got to know, game. Anything. I gotta get to know. Gotta get you, baby. Tell me it's the last thing I do, girl. I'ma let you know you. Know ya. Longing to know ya. Know ya. Know ya. I gotta get to know ya. Know ya.
WODU. It's the heartbeat of Old Dominion. Welcome to the show. It's the one and only. You know how we like to get it. I told you before. It's the Dream Maker Show Thursday with the best of the 757. And today, our special guest is the one and only Mellow V, a.k.a. Let me say, our special guest today is Miss Venus Mashall, a.k.a. Mellow V. And she's our guest today. How's that?
All right.
You know. And what I want y'all to do before we get started, while she's composing her notes, because you know she has to, you know, get everything straight, because she's professional. She's, you know, me, I just get in and where I can fit in.
Well, I learn from the best.
You know, I get in where I can fit in. If I can fit in right, then I'll be all right. You know, so what we're going to do is, we up and close and personal today, because, see, I put the camera right on us today. You know, ease on back on this way. Let me see if I'm in the shot. I think I'm in there. You know, I got Mellow V. She all over the place. You know, I got her in there. Yeah, there we go. We go. I put it up close today because, you know, it's not an opportunity that I get a chance to sit and ask questions of a guest, because it's not about me. It's always about trying to get people to understand that when you got you want people to be the best at what they do as a co-host. You want to, you know, give them the opportunity to be the co-host. You know, it's not all about the host, because I've been doing this a long time. And sometimes I don't even want to hear my voice.
No.
You know, yeah, I'm serious.
You have the voice for radio, but you always are promoting others.
Yeah.
That's what God has placed in your heart to do. And I appreciate always your friendship and all that you do for the community, especially for young kids.
Yeah, it's all about the
the future.
Yeah, it's always about the future. So what? Before I get started with asking Miss Venus Mashall, you know, so y'all can get to know her, please share this with other people, 5 or 10 of your people. If you want to make a comment, please make a comment. If you got a question for Miss Mashall today. Even if, you know, how she get along with me. You know, it's all right. You know, if she say something bad, I'll take it.
No, we get along well.
You know, I'll take it and I'll keep it in stride.
You know,
I'm 65 years old.
they always try to make conflict between black folks, but black folks get along very well.
I don't care. You know,
it's
me,
all good. It's
you
all
know,
good.
hey, you know, if you got something bad, just put it out there, because I didn't know. You know, I want to know what I did, you know. But we're here today for you to get to know who she is, because you see her on Tuesdays and Thursdays and at different events. You've seen her host events out in the community. And we just want to give people an opportunity. As they say, you give, as the our last special guest, Ike Owen, said, you give a person their flowers while they're living. Let people know and share that moment with our community, because it's always about the community, and it's always about sharing information. Hello, Miss Phoenix Marshall.
Yes. Good afternoon, everyone. It's so different being on this side of it, being asked questions. But you know what? I'm up for the challenge.
Hey, you know how
It's all good.
you know where Wendy Williams say you're in the hot seat.
I'm in the hot seat.
You're
That's
in the hot
right.
seat. I should have had brought some fog or some smoke or something in here. So and some lights
Right,
flashing.
and
so.
you know, it's so apropos that you would say hot seat, because I don't know if I know you know, but many of you don't know.
Right.
And those who do, thank you for supporting us over the years. But I was the former president of the African American Political Action Council, based out of Virginia Beach, Virginia, and we vetted candidates. That was one of the things that we did. But we were an organization founded by several men, prominent men in the community of Virginia Beach, who wanted to give African Americans a voice in the city of Virginia Beach, because we didn't have one. And still today, we're still striving to do that.
Right.
But we would tell the candidates that were running for office, to sit down. We would be at a table, and we would have our community activists at the table to ask questions, and they would say, "Oh, is this the hot seat? Is this the hot seat?"
Yeah.
And we would say, "Well, no, it's all about you. You can make it as hot or as not as hot as you want, but we're going to ask the questions, because the organization was founded in 2003. I came on board in 2007, and I was given the helm in 2012. And stayed at the helm until 2016, 17, and wanted to bring some new fresh blood to the organization. So I started the saying, for the community, by the community. So we would get people from all across the spectrum in the community, you being a part of it as well, and to vet candidates, to those who are running for school board, for city council, for the congressional seats, or only in the city of Virginia Beach. We covered just that city. And also for, the top positions, congressional, Senate seats. And we had built it up to the point where we were making some headway. We wanted people to be accountable for some of the things that were going on in our community. We wanted to have access to those who can make policy. And sometimes we would get people at the table who would say, "I've never been a part of something like this. I never had the opportunity to sit with a candidate or with someone who had run before and now seeking re-election." And it gave the community exposure where they wouldn't have had it before. And it gave us the ability to be able to vet these candidates, get the information out to the community, because sometimes people don't have that wherewithal to know who is who and who's running. So they were rely on us. And we developed, as you know, a ballot, which had been in play since the inception of the organization, called the Gold Ballot. And people had come to rely on that ballot, and we did a vetting process, and we did it very thoroughly.
When you say vetting, for people that may not be aware of what that term or what that phrase means, when you vetted candidates, explain to the audience what that process was.
What vetting is basically bringing those who are seeking to run for office and want to be involved in the political arena. We brought them to the table and we asked them questions. And we devised the questions based on what the community needs were. What we saw was the community needs, and we would ask them to be accountable to us or to the community that elect them. We made sure that they were questioned, that they were brought in front of a panel of a cross section of the community, business people, lay people, school businessmen, or people from the school system, all across the spectrum of the community. and we had them at the table, and we would bring the candidates in, and we would basically grill them, ask questions of them, things that concerned us in our community, because we don't have a voice a lot of times.
Right. And as being the APAC organization, explain to people what nonpartisan mean when we are vetting candidates.
Okay, nonpartisan means that we're not for either party, Democrat or Republican. We're basically neutral. We didn't vet you based on your political affiliation. We vetted you based on the fact that you're running for office and the fact that you are going to maybe hold a seat, and we need to make sure that we put the questions to you so that when you're in office, we have an access, a liaison, so we can go there and say, hey, this is what's going on in our community. We need access to X, Y, Z, and we're hoping that you will be able to facilitate that for us.
Okay.
So it's not a partisan. It was not political, either Democrat or Republican.
Okay. Is there, in the 757, because I know I used to be on there, but I never asked the question. I might have, but you don't remember. For the listening audience, is there any other organization like the APAC in the 757 that vent candidates to know what they stand for, so that the voting people, the people that goes to the polls, can make that decision based upon the information that the candidates we came up with?
Well, I will say yes, and I will expound on that by saying we were the only organization that dealt within our community.
Okay.
We stayed within the city of Virginia Beach. We didn't. There are other organizations out there that do what we do,
right?
But they are for Hampton Roads.
Oh, okay.
And they're or they're party specific. They only deal with Democrats or, Although most of the people that were at the table, we tried to do a nonpartisan panel, regardless of our personal affiliations or concerns. We tried to make it as accessible to everybody, because if you are affiliated with a certain party and that party doesn't get into office, then you don't have an in.
Okay.
And not to say that you fall away from your political affiliations,
okay,
per se, or your personal political beliefs, but you want to always have a seat at the table, no matter who's in office, and whether they represent your party or not. If you're not at the table, whether they represent, you're not going to get anything done.
Right.
But to answer your question, yes, there are other organizations that were doing what we doing. I can't speak for them, but I know that we vetted them. We were specific about what city we were vetting for. Right. So we weren't trying to be out here in all 757, although we love 757.
Yeah.
804.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So, with today's climate, throughout the United States, in all cities, all states, the not talking about any given individual in office or out of office, on your personal belief, or how do you see the future of leadership in our local area and on a state level? How do you see it today?
Well, I like the fact that we were doing what we were doing as the African American Political Action Council, because it gave us the ability to be a part of a lot of political processes.
Okay.
Whether it be city or school board or the congressional races, or going up to Senate races and so forth. Without having access, you don't have a voice. So the leadership that we need today is engagement. We need people to be engaged. Young people, please learn the political process. Get out there and just don't, when it's a serious situation or crisis thing, you see people pop up and all of a sudden their voice is heard. You need to be grassroots, and that's really what we were doing. Grassroots. Okay. We were in the street. We were, going to all the local events, making sure that we were hearing all the voices of people, they hearing us, knowing us. Because once you get to the table and nobody knows who you are, you're like, well, who are you? Why are you here? We need leadership that from the grassroots level have been involved from for everything, not just when something happens and all of a sudden somebody rises up and now they're in leadership or they self-proclaimed leaders or whatever. You have to have been there from, I did this for almost 10 years.
Right, yes.
Yeah,
yes.
I did it for a lot of years.
And with doing that, at occasions, we brought in young people. How important is today?
Very important.
To bring young people into the fold, to be able to sit down at a table with candidates before they get elected to office to ask them questions.
Right.
Can you comment on that as well?
Well, we made it our mission to include young people because they're the future. I mean, we know we keep hearing that, it becomes passe after a while. But you see these young people are now driving the driving force behind a lot of these marches. We know that young people have no fear. And then they were ones that carried the banner. We're going to do this for a certain amount of time, and then we're going to be gone. And then there's no one who has trained them up. Like we say in the Bible, train up a child the way he should go.
Right.
We need to start mentoring more young people to understand the political process, understand how to talk to a politician, how to not be afraid. We had young people that had never been in a room with any type of politician, whether it be from the city council, school board, and we had to kind of coax them on how to speak, properly or actually just to be bold and say, this is who I am, shake the hand.
Right.
So you're training them in how to participate in a process that is going to be for the rest of their lives. You're going to have to deal with politics and vote. Please understand that we need to teach our young people to go out and vote, whatever that may be, whatever your political swag is, you need to vote. Because you have to have a voice. Yeah,
and it doesn't matter what party they vote for. It's the fact that they need to be registered to vote.
Yes, they do. And we did a lot of that. We did voter registration drives. We did community church events. We were always trying to be a part of the community. Not when something was wrong or we didn't pop up on the scene based on a crisis. We were there already. We were always steady. At least when I took the helm or was given the helm, I made sure that whatever was going on in communities, not just my own, but all the communities that I can affect or get there, I was there because you want people to know you based on, hey, I seen her, not when there's a problem, but I see her at the local church thing, or I see her when there's a community or church event. You need to be always visible, not just when you want a vote. Or not when you just want somebody to help you out doing something. You need to be visible at all times.
That is, to me, is important to have. I mean, when we meet candidates today, it's the first time ever when they are running for office.
Right.
And
sometimes that's true.
We're how hard is it? Because when we was vetting, you seen that it was hard. It's a lot of first time people. I ain't never seen them before.
Exactly.
And wanting the vote.
Right. Wanting your vote, but you didn't know anything about them.
Right.
It just, came on the scene. You didn't know them as far as their party, whether it was Democrat or Republican. You didn't know anything about them, but they wanted you to trust them to be in office and for you to give them their vote. And we were like, well, we need a process to be able to weed through all of this. And that's what APAC did. Yeah. I am so blessed to have worked with the gentleman you included, the gentleman that founded this organization, Carl Wright, Bruce Williams, Tommy Johnson, Kelvin Seeley, and Terry Calhoun. There's two others, but they're now deceased. And they were very sincere about African Americans, black folks, having a voice in the city of Virginia Beach.
Yeah. Could you name some of the people that we had on the panel, like some of the people from the community, if you can remember?
No, you're right. Because there was a lot of people.
It was a lot of, but just at random. I mean,
Michael Lancaster was. He's a prominent builder, contractor in the city of Virginia Beach. Mr. Green, he's an architect. I can't remember his first name.
Right.
We had Chuck Smith, who is also. He was a Republican.
Right.
I think we kind of swayed him a little bit. I'm not sure. I won't put that out there. But we had him on the panel as well. We tried to make it as well-rounded as possible. Business people, contractors, people from all walks of life.
Yeah. And
Henderson Vaughn was a part of it. We had young people from high schools that came on board to kind of sit and we mentored them as well. Regent University student, Tori Hughes.
Right.
We had her come. She was my right hand for a little bit there. I appreciated her being there.
Yeah.
But we had a vast array of people from the community wanting to be on the panel. Andrew Jackson.
Right.
Was also on our panel as well.
And also on occasions, Georgia Allen.
Yeah, Georgia Allen. She was right. We would also have roundtable discussions with city leaders.
Okay.
We made it our business to have roundtable discussions with the mayor of City of Virginia Beach, Mayor Sessions. Shout out to him. We also would have roundtable discussions with various city council members. Hampton University would allow us to use their facilities in the City of Virginia Beach to do that. Virginia Beach NAACP would also allow APAC to use their facilities for meetings and discussions. We would have candidate forums. We had a major one at the Lynn Haven Baptist Church, I believe, under Pastor Luther Allen. So we've done a lot of things. We would speak and go out to the community. Virginia Wesleyan College. Okay. Tidewater Community College of Norfolk. Right. We were invited there. There was so many things that we were into. It was a full-time job. To tell the truth. To coordinate all of that. Yeah. And to be relevant and to keep building on what had been started. Yes.
Okay. So a lot of people chiming in. You know, I don't want to mispronounce anybody's name, and because of my, sometimes I can't see, but I do see Michael Mazon.
Okay, Michael Mazon.
DJ Heart Attack, a Royal Horseman. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
And Catherine Hintz, Sherry, Sarita Scott, thank you for watching. And thank you. You say, yes, voting is so important. Thank you, Sharita. Okay. And we have to let our voices be heard. That was the main focus of what we were doing. Tyran Green, thank you. She's been traveling, my sister. I'm not mad at you.
Hello. And you need a bag, man. I'm sitting here. Stop trying to play me.
She has been on the road. Yeah. So we thank God for her. Coco Robinson, thank you. Abner, thank you for watching. Tony Wynn, Patrick Smith. Oh, Tamika Winborn, thank you. That podcast, I got to catch up with you. She has a podcast coming out.
Yeah, I think Patrick Smith, he's out there in L.A.
Oh,
I think that's where he's at, California. Okay. Yeah. What's up, Patrick? He used to work with me at one of the nightclubs I used to manage. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So. Jamie Harrison, thank you for watching. Anton Austin. And Mr. Clarence Neely, thank you. Yes.
Yeah, I spoke to him last night. What up, Clarence? He had his Black Tie magazine he's getting ready to republish.
Right. Yeah, see, he's also going to do something with a cruise ship.
Yeah. He's also working with people to bring, if you want to rent a boat.
Yeah.
Go out in the water.
Be on the water.
Yeah. I got to get with Clark because he's doing a lot of stuff. I got to get with that,
And he's doing a workshop with vets.
For veterans to get them, get them jobs. Acclimated back into the workforce.
Yeah.
So.
Tron Kent, thank you. Randy Ward, thank you. Milton Robinson III, I like that.
All righty then.
All right. Stacy Peoples.
Yeah.
All right. Zetta Dove and Mary Eaton. Okay. Douglas Jackson, Gerald, thank you for watching as well.
Yeah. So it's good to see people chiming. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to make a comment or ask the question of Miss Venus Mashall, a.k.a. Mellow V, co-host of the Best of the 757 talk show. The reason why I decided to do this today, and she was graciously accepted to be the guest today. It's always a pleasure to be able to sit down and talk and to share with people the things that you have done since you've been living in Virginia and Virginia Beach. You always shout out your hometown,
New
where
York,
you're from.
I know, the Bronx.
Yeah, the Bronx, because, we sometimes forget where we came from. Right. And it's always great to hear you mention that you're from New York and the Bronx.
Yeah, I grew up in the Bronx, the South Bronx, Boogie Down Bronx, as they call it.
There's no doubt.
That's where hip hop began. I'm just
hello.
saying. That's what I'm saying. I am of a certain age.
Right.
60s baby. So I have been around for a little while, so I know certain music genres have come and gone. But but I moved here almost 30 years ago.
Oh, okay.
My husband's military; he's retired Navy.
Okay.
And we settled here. He's
Okay.
from Long Island. I'm from the Bronx.
Okay.
And sometimes you need to kind of keep that edge. I said I'm New York born and bred.
Right.
You know, you can take the girl out of New York, but you can't take New York out of the girl.
Right.
So
But now you in VA because you pay taxes.
I know, right?
So
I do pay taxes. Right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
And like I said, my husband and I decided to settle here with our sons. I have 2 sons, 2 grown sons, and I raised 2 nephews as well. So all
Big
of them,
family.
yeah,
Big
all of
family.
them are grown.
And always giving back.
Yes,
Because
yes.
when you're saying you're raising somebody else's kids, you're
Yes.
giving back. You're
Thank you.
giving back,
Thank
and,
you.
and we need people need to be family orientated,
Right,
and
that's
and
right.
to have people to show that they are loved, and that's the thing that we don't have a lot of, and that's why mentoring is important. To show
Absolutely.
this young generation, even if you don't have a father at home or a mother, you still have people that can show you love and guide you, keep you on the right path. God said, train them while they're young.
That's right.
You
Absolutely.
know.
And one of the main reasons why I really stepped into wanting to, actually, I was asked to be a part of the APAC organization back in 2007 by one of the founders.
Right.
And before I decided to come on board in 2007, I really thought about it. And I had to seek God first because what I truly wanted to be a part of the organization, because we need to bring Christ back into the center of everything that we do, including and not excluding politics.
Right.
Because without that, we were going astray. Everybody, it was just about self and agendas, and everybody had their own agendas. And politics is about that. I understand that. But when you have someone that's really trying to bring it back to the center of where all man should be thinking about is Christ, that's what my main purpose for getting involved in bringing families. We used to sit around the kitchen table, talking about the news of the day, or around and about politics if your family was into that, and that wasn't happening. We weren't doing that with our kids. We weren't sharing the news of the day, and our kids are just on these devices and all these different things. And then we also left Christ out of it.
Okay.
And without him, I kept feeling like, we're going all over the place. We need to bring prayer back into all that we were doing. And that was my main goal when I decided that I wanted to be a part of this political organization.
Right.
And you all know, because I was like, okay, we got to pray.
Right.
Everywhere we went, I'm like, we got to pray.
Yeah, because I know a couple times we went down to City Hall, you was praying a lot.
Yeah, right? I know, right? Look, we even prayed in the lobby of City Hall.
Of course, that's what I'm saying.
We
we'll pray before we go into the meetings.
Right, because a lot of times we forget that we must invite the Christ into what we're doing.
Right.
Because we'll go in there, we'll have our own agendas. And we won't be about the people, we'll be about the agenda or about ourselves.
Right.
And so that was the main reason I wanted to be a part of the political organization. And then I learned a lot, got to meet a lot of people. Actually became an Obama delegate. And went to the convention in Denver, Colorado when he first received the nomination. That was phenomenal. That was an experience that I'll never forget.
And you also, we took trips to Richmond.
Yeah, we took trips to Richmond outings. We got introduced by Glenn Davis, who was one of the delegates for our area. In Virginia Beach, and he announced us and made us welcome. And we had been there a number of times.
Right.
We've been to Washington a couple of times.
Yes.
We participated in a march.
Yeah.
I think one of them was with.
I know we participated with the 50-year anniversary of the Washington March.
Right, the Washington March, right.
And that was exciting.
With Al Sharpton.
Al Sharpton.
Yeah, Al Sharpton. We did, and we, so it was. It was and still is needed in the community. Political access, we need it as African Americans or Black folks, as people want to say.
Because we was also asked to host or to, do some volunteer work when President Obama won for the second time.
Absolutely.
We hosted that.
Yeah, we did. I mean, we had really been involved in a lot of things politically.
Yeah.
Like I said, we are non-part. We were and still are. The
Right.
organization, I believe, is still going on, not under my tenure.
Right.
But we were nonpartisan. We wanted to make sure that whoever got in the seat, that we had access.
Yes.
Because we couldn't always depend on the fact that if we had a certain political affiliation, that's the person who would get the seat. So we had to make sure we had access to whoever was in that seat.
Yeah.
So
the component of everything is to have somebody at the table.
Right.
And
absolutely.
And if we don't have people that look like us, how can we have representation?
Right. And that's exactly what we always talked about when city council, because even now we don't have representation, but we being taxed.
Yeah.
Right. We don't have a voice on city council that look like us. Or minority. That's on in city council, and we only have I think one person even on school board.
Oh, okay.
Sharon Felton.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So it's important for people to get to know our community before they get involved in representing our community.
Absolutely.
So that we understand who we need to talk to.
Right.
With the climate of school, let's talk about school board for a moment. With the situation of all the violence, the gun violence going on, how do you feel about the aspect of teachers carrying guns in the schools?
I think that's just one more additional burden for a teacher to have to take on, and you have to act within a split second of a moment.
Right.
Here, you have to be concerned about your class.
Right.
That's one thing. That's your main concern. Then you have to be concerned about, okay, there's a shooter. I have to get my gun. It's too many elements that can go wrong.
Right.
Too many things that can go wrong in that scenario. And you don't want to have the responsibility as a law enforcement professional to be able to have to react and respond to that. Actually, they just had a person on one of the news outlets who is a former military, have a background in military, and he's a teacher now. And he said, I don't want that responsibility. He said, I'm a gun owner now, and I was in the military. I know how to operate a gun. He said, but I don't want the responsibility of having to worry about, I have to now get my gun, I have to figure out where the shooting is coming from.
Right.
And now I have to worry about all the kids that I'm in charge of.
Right.
So you got all these different aspects, whereas this law enforcement officer, he can know how to navigate and do all those things and not have to worry about, who your class, your students are. You have to worry about that first rather than, now you got to defend and shoot and all. That's just too much. I don't think that's...
because see, now, with the video games and all the scenarios they come up with in the video games, suppose somebody distract one of the teachers.
Right.
They know this teacher got a gun in a purse. It may not be in a lockbox.
Right, exactly. So now where do you put it? Where did it,
right.
Right. So it's all these different elements. It's too many things that can go wrong.
Right.
And if you're in a classroom, you're already trying to take control of the situation there to try to educate. Now you got to figure out how to do education plus safety plus, it's just too many things that go
So
on.
who's protecting the teacher?
Right, because
the teacher's protecting the students.
Right.
Now the students got protection, but the teacher don't have no protection.
Now I got to deal with the fire alarm going off.
Yeah.
Do I take my gun with me?
Yeah.
So it's too many things.
It's too many elements.
And I have worked in the Virginia Beach public schools in a number of positions. I'll just put it that way. I've worked in a number of positions in the Virginia Beach public schools. And having been in the classroom, I do not want to have to worry about where my students are.
Right.
Where's the shooting coming from? How do I get to the gun? Oh, wait a minute, the fire drill.
Right.
Is it a fire? How do you navigate over that?
Well, how do you, as a Congress or Senate, President of the United States, sit there and make a decision when you don't even want to pay the teachers what they're worth?
So many teachers are on strike
to teach the kids and educate them. Because if the teachers are getting a good salary, I'm telling you right now, ain't no way in the world I ain't going to do my job because I'm getting paid.
Right.
The highest paid person on the planet is the sports Sports people. How do they get millions and billions of dollars? And the teacher that goes every single day. And my son is in the school system, assistant principal. His wife is assistant or principal.
She's a principal.
And they used to be teachers. And they come home and it's like 8 or 9 o'clock. You're still doing what?
Right. It's almost like you start the second half of it. So you bring in the work home. Either you stay at the school, you do what you're going to do. That's still hours you're giving beyond your pay hours. And then you go home. If you take it home, you're still giving more time, right?
Right.
And
so,
if you're doing tutoring and all that stuff.
Yeah. I mean, you're really burning the teacher out.
Yeah. And not paying for it.
And not paying for it. And then they stuck with that major bill of $60,000 or $100,000 they got to pay. And it doesn't make sense.
Right.
Well, why don't you do this?
Right.
You know, if you want a teacher to carry a weapon, why don't you say if you carry a weapon for a year or 2 years, we wiping out all your debt? You wiping out all debt that you owe for getting a degree to be a teacher. Because it's $50,000, $60,000, $70,000. And in 2 or 3 years, you're debt free.
Right. Well,
okay?
For the extra added job that you just put in my description.
Right.
If I do XYZ, you'll cancel my.
Yeah, cancel my debt.
Some people might go for it.
Yeah, you get some people, because why? Because now my debt free, I don't mind the word ration. I know I have to train. They got to go training, gun range.
Yes.
They got to train to say, look, this is what I need. If I'm going to carry a gun, why didn't there someone give you a taser?
You know what? And even with dealing with police officers in the community, that's the question that's being asked even there, because they're asking, why are you deadly shooting when somebody's running away from you? You know, if somebody's that close, you use the taser to take it down. And that was one of the things as African American Political Action Council, we would go into discussion.
Right.
We've met with the police chief of police in Virginia Beach, and talked about body cams, and this is what was needed in a city where we didn't have any say in what was going on.
Right.
So this organization was very vital in doing those kind of things as well.
Yes, stepping up to the podium, because like I tell people, I went down to, we would go down to the city council meetings, and sometimes we were the only people that were there, the organization.
Yeah.
So it's important for people in the community to get involved, because your kid's life depends on it.
Absolutely.
To be at those city council meetings. I know you work all day. I mean, we worked. Right. We had to rush
make it time
to do it, because we have to make sure that our young people are covered. Right. And you can't wait till something happen, like, oh, well, something happened, and we why did this happen, or why is this going on? Because we have to get involved in it. We got a few more people that's chimed in. And
Clayton Singleton, thank you for watching. David Farr, thank you for also watching. And we have M.K. Williams.
Oh, okay.
Thank you for also watching. And Michael, hi, Michael. He says, I'm on set. We have to make sacrifices. All right, he's on set. So you're on a new movie, huh? Tell us about it. Tell us about it.
I hope we get the red carpet treatment, bro.
Tell us about it, yeah. He's an awesome actor, model, coming up with a talk show, Coffee with Kalila.
Yeah.
We tell us all about what you're doing, Michael.
Okay.
Yeah.
And also
Stacey Russell.
Yeah.
Robert Vaughn.
Yeah, that's my nephew. He's in college in New York.
Oh, okay.
He's in the Bronx.
Yeah, in the Bronx.
He's in the Bronx.
The Big Apple.
Yeah, the Big Apple. What's up?
Gerald, we thank you for chiming in.
Yeah.
Douglas Jackson.
Yeah. Also want to mention that about Stacey Russell. She was having a tournament that's been canceled, unfortunately, for unforeseen reasons. But I want to let you know that the Lake, I did have the flyer in here. Lake Taylor basketball challenge has been canceled. So, and she wanted me to pass that on and mention it to y'all and thank those that was participating and being involved. So what we try to do here, and I'm glad that you took the time out to to volunteer to do this today. Because like I said, we ride in.
Anything for you, right?
And that's what it's all about. Because we have to do these things because our young people have to see that there are, we get in the news that we ain't doing nothing in our community.
Exactly.
We sitting on the sideline.
Right. It's always something, the mother that shot somebody or the father done, so it's always a negative, but we don't ever highlight and showcase what's positive.
Right.
And there are people out here on the battlefield.
Yeah, of course.
That are doing the work that people may not see.
Right.
Grassroots is where it happens most often from the ground up.
Yeah.
And President Obama made that very pronounced when he was running. And so it really is true.
Yeah.
I mean, Martin Luther King, same way, from the ground up.
Yeah.
Grassroots, and sometimes grassroots don't get to be in the forefront.
Okay.
And a lot of the work that's being done and behind the scenes, somebody had to do it.
Right.
Somebody had to get out there and get it done. So I'm glad that we were a part of this.
Before we mention any other people, I also want to take time to mention that this Sunday I'm going to be at Palm Gardens. This is because I need support from the community to start my mentoring program to the next phase. And I graciously been invited to partner with Palm Gardens, the general manager, Oz, saying, hey, if you want to take this night and we can do some things, and it's an adult facility, and from 7 until 9 we'll throw in some drink specials, and we'll open up, and the first hour he said we can let people in free. We let them in free, and after that we'll just charge a minimum of $5 for everybody after that. Okay. So if you're not doing nothing on Sunday, I need your support. My Community Action People Incorporated is a 501c nonprofit organization. We're dedicated to getting into the community in a big way, in a real big way.
Yes.
Something you never seen before, you never imagined is going to be taking place. And I need the support on Sundays. And if it's successful this Sunday, and I'm praying that I can get 200-300 people, bring some friends with you, 5 or 10 people. We want to make a statement that we are not going to sit around and tolerate our young people going to jail. We're not going to sit around and tolerate our kids dropping out of school. And most people don't know.
And bullied.
And being bullied.
Right. There needs to be some legislation. And that was one of the things that APAC tried to do.
Of course.
Legislation.
Of course.
And you're going to have the baddest DJ that is, DJ Rob.
Hello.
In the house.
Wicked.
Greatest entertainer right here.
Wicked.
Captain 85.
Wicked. I'm going to be wicked. But the thing is, the Royal Horsemen has always been in the forefront of doing things. And it's not me. I have a whole group of DJs that I'm hoping to bring back to support that Sunday. You're going to hear music. You're going to be dancing. Bring a towel with you because you're going to sweat. Not because the air conditioning ain't working. It's because the dance, the energy that's going to be in that building is going to be so phenomenal, you're not going to want to stay home. Right. And it's all about bringing positiveness back, love back, fun, knowing the people that we are around, surrounding us. We want people to be able to say, hey, I came out, I enjoyed myself. Next week, I'm bringing more people.
Right.
And people don't understand how I've been in the business so long. It's because people came out, they say, hey, I like what you're doing. I'm going to tell my friends. And from word of mouth, people just came. Of course, Stacey Russell used to follow me. Johnson. A lot of people, Mr. Johnson here.
Von Johnson.
Yeah.
He says, awesome, thank you.
Yeah, he supported me from a number of clubs that I was involved in. Wow. And a lot of young people grew up following me. I used to be in Tidewater Park with the legendary Soul Ranger. He's no stranger. Because it's no danger in knowing the Soul Ranger. We used to go out in the community and work with young people to try to create environments so they could be safe. And I don't know. I just know that one thing is we need to get back to taking care of our people.
And you know what? And actually having a safe environment of romance.
Right.
Where you can kind of get.
Yes.
Because we're of a certain age.
Yeah.
Okay. And you want to be able to go to a place where you can bring back the romance and kind of sit there and listen to the
Hello.
old school stuff. You know, I mean, you'll throw some stuff in there that's, you know.
Yeah, because like Ron TV,
Turner.
he
Yeah.
got one called in the bedroom or something on his CD. I love his CD. He got so many. I can't get. But Ron TV, you know, he hold it down.
Yes.
You know, we got people that's doing work in our community that we have to recognize that no man, God made it so no man is an island.
Right.
Everybody has to be
Come
a
together.
part.
That's right.
You know, that's why when you always kept hearing me saying I was going to bring Venus Mashall over to be my co-host. And, you know how long it took me to get her to convince her to come over here. Man, I almost gave up. I almost was going to resign myself and say, oh, well, I'm not going to do radio anymore. Because I'm an artist. I came here to learn how to paint, to draw, to inspire, to use my crazy imagination, and created the Dream Maker. Now I got frequency distribution. I got the voice of inspiration. What's next? My dear, hold the hand. Hold the hand. But she decided to come over here.
Yes, and it's been a blessing, I tell you, to work with him and to learn from him. He's done this on numerous accounts with so many other people. I can't even tell you, because we've had folks come on from everywhere saying, yeah, man, I remember this. Hey, man, I remember that about you. We used to hang. We used to do this. You were inspiration for me. So we need to get back to that where people are having mentors and being inspired by other people, and they can actually say thank you and, you know, give back. And we're not doing that. We're just going about, it's about, you know, I gotta do that grind for me. Yeah. But God also calls us to, you know, to lift each other up.
Right.
And you have been definitely one of those.
That's why when I invited Stacey Russell over here, because this young lady does so much in the community that she go unrecognized. Right. She don't ask for, hey, I'm walking around with a banner.
I know that, Stacey.
I sent out there. I watch her on Facebook when she's out there. She's out there in the parade in the rain with young people marching and taking people. You know, I know what she does. I seen her like walking a restaurant. I'm like, oh. Who that she's sitting over there with? But it's a young man it was his birthday. Right. And that she mentored, and she took him out for lunch. Absolutely. How many, you know, I'm around all the time, and very seldom you see people that dedicated to young people, boys and young men. We need more of this, and this is why we are here. Absolutely. It's not about me. It's not about you. That's right. It's about us coming together in our community and taking back our community. Right. Because our streaks ain't no joke. And if you show, the Bible said, train them while they're young. Yes, absolutely. You know, it's the reason why most people don't talk to young people, because they're scared of them. But it's what they fail to understand is the young people are scared of the adults. Because they don't know how to approach you. If you learn to train them, you know, get involved with them, you will see how an angel has been misguided. You know, and we have an opportunity to do that. And that's why I have to sit and talk to you. And, you know, we got people up there.
Lillian Christian, thank you for also chiming in. Yeah. But as you were saying, you know, Mr. Vaughn, all the names that he have, Captain 85, we met years ago doing this political journey. Right. And prior to that, we both had lives. You ran clubs. I worked in Virginia Beach Public Schools. Right. And everywhere, I believe, I know this, wherever we go, because we have a heart to help people, we were doing that. Right. It's like with Stacey, wherever she is, she's doing stuff to help people. In the school system, I did the same thing. Unsung heroes. That's what they call. Yeah. You're not seeking out anything for self. Hello. And in politics, that's the best type of person you want representing you. Yeah. Because they're not about their own agendas. That's right. And that was the main focus of what I really wanted to push when I was given the helm of APAC, that there was not about agendas for people who were in at the table. Right. You don't bring your agendas. You bring your questions. Right. You bring your A game. Yeah. And we're going to get people in those seats that can represent us to the best of the best. Right. Because without that, we're going to still have the same old mess. Yeah. And we need to have people who have an interest about all and not me, but the we.
But and especially in politics, it
Oh,
has
my
to be
God.
somebody at the table
Yes,
for our community.
Absolutely.
How we
I don't know how many times I went into meetings.
Right.
I mean, you know, I went from
Yep.
city to city.
Right.
I mean, from meeting to meeting
Right.
around the city.
Right.
Sometimes I would go to other cities, but it
Right.
was basically Virginia Beach.
Right.
And I'm gonna tell you, I was the only one that looked like me at the
Right.
table. And you have to be strong enough, and you have to be
Right.
willing enough to say, you know what, I
Right.
don't care if there's something that's at that table that people are talking
Right.
about, that you have to be passionate
Right.
enough and be bold enough to step up and say, no, this is what we need to do for this. You can't have the same old people just sitting there. Well, I mean, I'm just here.
Right.
I'm okay.
No, I got the title.
Yeah, and I got a sandwich.
Right.
And I got a soda.
Yeah,
Because
right.
they used to bother me.
Yeah.
You know, people like, you know what, I had a great lunch.
Yeah, did it
I
look
had
like
a
I
great-
missed a meal or something?
Right, you know. We had a great time. And I'm
Yeah.
thinking, okay, but what did you get accomplished?
Right.
What did you bring to the table that will help the community?
Yeah.
You know, we have to get out of this me and say, well, I got mine.
Right.
I heard so many times, well, that person was nice to me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's fine, but we need the community
Yeah,
to be
the
taken
community.
care of.
And it's, to me, it should be obvious.
Yeah, it
I
should
mean,
be.
when you go in and don't see nobody but one basic color on any group of people,
Yes.
who's at the table?
Right.
Who's at the table?
Right.
Because, see, if I'm at the table and if I win, if I'm running for election and I win, ain't nobody going to come and give me no bunch of money because I ain't come for money. We have to get people that's concerned about our kids.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, whenever somebody's sitting on city council, school board, a delegate, those are adults. At some point, they already should have money in the bank, a house, and when they get there, they stay there. You know, how do they come from being not having nothing, all these millions of dollars, and they I don't understand that. And then people keep us out like, if we let them in, they gonna take away. We can't take away nothing. But what we can do is persuade, and don't have to ask for nothing, but for what the community has sent us there to do.
Because
The
if the
community.
community is healthy,
Yes.
then we all are healthy.
Right.
But if you're just the one seeking something for you, you're just the one healthy. So then the community still is in need.
Right.
We still haven't made any accomplishments.
Yeah.
We're still lagging behind.
Right.
We're still falling behind. We're still in the news about XYZ.
Yeah.
That's negative. What have we done to produce
Right.
something for the community?
Right.
As opposed to me,
Right.
me. And I used to just ponder, what in the world are we doing? You get to the table, you all of a sudden, you forget why you're there.
Right.
Or you get in office and you're like, what?
And then, you know, I'm a Baptist, okay? I'm baptized. I'm a spiritual person because I'm part Indian. So, and let me explain something to you. What is it when you go to heaven? What is it? Is it a white heaven over here? A black heaven over here? And the Chinese are going to be over there. The Russians are going to be over here. What did it think? Who's going to be at the table when you leave this earth? Because this flesh, you ain't taking with you. But the spirit has to go back from which it came. So if you can't change the people, you have to get to know the candidates.
Yes.
You have to get to know the
Know
pieces
who
that
you're giving your power
Right.
to, because when they get into office
Hey.
and you don't have access,
Hello.
they will do what is beneficial for them or the part or whatever.
Right.
The point is that we need to build communities, not
Right.
individuals.
Right.
And I don't have a problem with everybody getting theirs and all that.
Right.
But if you're not making it about building communities and
Right.
building, we're not going to progress as a people.
Right.
I love this person's name, Mark Philly Jones.
Yeah, Philly, what's
Philly
up?
Jones,
That's
you know,
my
Philly's
man.
my place.
You back?
I love Philly.
Yeah, you back home or you back up in Philly? He's a good friend of mine as well.
Wow.
Yes,
I love Mark
yeah.
Philly Jones. Butch Knight, okay. I have
Okay.
a cousin named Butchie in New York.
Okay.
Kish Bags, okay. I hope I said that correctly. Monica Charleston, thank you for
Okay.
chiming in. If you have any questions or comments,
Yeah,
I know
if
we
you got
just
a question,
free.
yeah,
This is a free for all
Yeah,
day,
this-
and I thank you for giving the opportunity to be able to kind of
Yeah.
tell people about, because we're coming up on an election in November.
Oh,
this
yeah,
is
yeah,
getting
yeah,
serious.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. November's right around the corner.
Yes, it is.
You know, we see that because a lot of people have disappeared.
Yeah.
I mean, they're resigning.
Yeah, resigning.
I mean, they're going home to be with their family.
Right. Whatever the card they're pulling.
Yeah,
right?
whatever card they saying they're doing. I don't know, but we have an opportunity to take a look at what's going on politically and try to get our young people more engaged in the political process. You see it happening with all the gun and violence going on.
Absolutely.
900 cities were involved in a march. Right. And even right here in Hampton Roads.
Yes, absolutely.
People are not playing about this violence going on in our school system. Yes. And the young people are taking the lead.
Right.
What did that tell you?
But that's historic. That's historic.
So we need to get out there and get engaged, get in our community, get young people to understand that that gun ain't doing nothing for you, but the power of the pen will. Absolutely. Get that education, get that knowledge, and then pray to God for wisdom. You know, I ain't come to preach. I'm not a preacher. I'm a DJ. I'm the dream maker today, baby. I'll make dreams come true. That's all I'm saying.
Amen.
Because I had the opportunity to sit back and I could ask some questions for a change, you know, to Venus Mashall, you know. But before we get to the end, when it comes to being out there and working in the community and doing public service work,
yes.
How do you feel about that, really? How do you see yourself?
You know, we often talked about when we drive in together. You know, Christ said, "I came not to be served, but to serve."
Right.
And so that's the closest feeling you can get to being to Christ,
right.
Because He came to serve people. Mm-hmm. And when you do that, you're giving of yourself. You're not worried about your problems, yourself, your issues. You're actually doing the work of Christ.
Right.
And He said, "Do the finished work of Him in the earth."
Okay.
You know, that's what we're called to do.
Right.
And one of the tenets that we had as when I was at the helm of APAC, we wanted to take the guesswork out of the political process because so many people in the community, for whatever reason, they didn't have time to understand the political process. They didn't have time to investigate who's who, and all they see is these little ads and commercials. Right. But we, as the grassroots organization, and we were our boots on the ground, as we would say, we had the opportunity to go out and do the work for them, so that they didn't have to do it, and they trusted us.
Right.
We had a gold ballot.
Hello.
Go out, and at the end of the whole process, we would send people out to the polls, to, you know, distribute those ballots to churches.
Right.
You know, we had a whole system going.
Yeah.
Because people were reliant on something that they can believe in to say, I don't have time to do this. I don't know who this is. You know, people think they put their name on a poster or a postcard or a billboard, that people know who they are, or they do a commercial. No, you don't know their policy, what policies they're going to act. You don't know what type of leanings they have. Right. So by us doing what we were doing in the community, for so many years, we were able to take the guesswork out of that.
Right.
And even bring some of those people to the table, like I said earlier, that had never been in the face of a senator or a congressman or someone from Richmond or, you know, school board. And they were like, they were fascinated, and it got them intrigued. A lot of people said that they wouldn't mind running for office.
Oh, okay.
So then you would
you
build
inspired.
people. You were building on all fronts, you know.
Let me take time to acknowledge Ike Owens in the building. That green and gold in the building, and that concert is coming over to Hampton Coliseum Mother's Day.
That's right.
That gospel concert.
Right. Absolutely.
Better get your tickets because that's going to be a sellout.
Get your tickets.
Because Ike know how to bring them in.
And Funk Fest, right?
Funk Fest is coming up.
Right.
And I'm telling you, Virginia Beach. That's I think just before the Labor Day weekend, man, or with Labor Day weekend. I'm just telling you, Ike is everywhere. I really appreciate Ike Owens coming over to the studio on Tuesday.
Had a great time.
And he had a great time. He blessed us.
He said, "Blessings to you, great knowledge. I love your show today." Thank you.
Yeah, no doubt. So, you know, we appreciate everybody that share this with somebody, and we try to acknowledge everybody that
Yes.
Chimes in.
Because we appreciate you.
We appreciate you.
Because without you, we would just be sitting here.
Right, sitting there looking at each other. You know,
we can talk.
Right.
Him and I, we can talk. Right.
But today we get an opportunity to learn, to understand, and to get to know Venus Mashall.
Thank you.
I got less than a minute or a minute and a half. Any closing remarks, as well as you can, before you close the remarks, let them know who our guest is next Tuesday and Thursday.
Absolutely.
So that they know we want to these young ladies, pre-promote them while these people on so they can chime in.
Yes, next Tuesday, April 17th, Frances Knight Thompson.
Okay.
She's a former candidate for Virginia Beach Public Schools School Board.
Okay.
And she'll be on to talk about her ministry, and that's our gospel hour day. That's our day we do gospel.
Okay.
And things that are coming up in the community for her.
Right.
Also, Ms. Trendy is coming on.
Trendy!
She's a model and singer. We played some of her music earlier.
Yeah.
And she's coming on Thursday, April 19th. So we're looking forward to talking with her.
Yes.
And seeing what's going on with
Yeah.
her. I heard her song is just off the, it's the jam.
Yeah,
it's off the chart,
she
right?
got some hot music. I'm telling you, I've been following her for a minute. Want to see
Greg Bryant, brand new Bryant. Yes.
I was gonna have your head on, 2 Up, 2 Down, the best of the 757. The brand, have it on. But I had to put the Dreammaker head on today, bro. I had to do my job. But brand news. He got a line of clothes.
Yes.
And don't forget to check him out. Go to his website. Type your website in while we're still on before I shut down. Greg, brand news. Put it in there. So that people will know to go to your website and please support this young man.
Right.
I don't understand it. Somebody explain to me. Why do we have all these new brands out, clothing lines out, and we too busy supporting everybody else but our local people?
Guy.
Right. Ike even had Pharrell's.
Yeah.
Ike, do you have the link to Pharrell's brand so that people can go? We need to be supporting our own people.
Yes,
this is our community. How we gonna eat?
That's right. How we gonna come up?
Right. How we gonna eat or be at the table when these people they don't know how much money and time it takes to do this stuff.
Absolutely. No, absolutely.
And we trying to feel out why we ain't coming up.
Yeah.
We got to start pulling up the people that's doing the work.
Yes, absolutely.
Man, I don't get it.
Yes.
I got 2 hats, I got T-shirts, and I'm gonna get something else.
Yeah, because I want to get.
As soon as my wife give me the credit card back, she won't tell me I'm spending too much money. But hey, I'm gonna do what I got to do to help the community, and that's why we're here. And like I said, you have any closing statements? I don't want to, take away from.
Many blessings to everyone who chimes in, and we got some folks that I see all the time. I thank you. Keep moving us, keep pushing us.
Right.
We love you. We appreciate you. We want to do the same for you, so that's why we are here, the best of the 757. So
and not for not cutting you off, but I think was it Monday that we're going to Richmond.
Richmond. We're going to be up in Richmond in Williamsburg at an event. We're going to be broadcasting. You said live.
Live, yeah.
So we're going to be up in Richmond. We'll put some information about that on our Facebook page.
Right. Yeah,
we're not sure if there's still slots available to be a part of this. It's about stop gun violence.
Right.
We're going to have a speaker. We've been there a number of times.
And the young lady that's host.
Kay Hicks.
Kay Hicks, yeah. Yes. We want to send a shout out to her and all the work they do.
Yes.
And trying to stop the violence, getting information out, getting speakers to these events. So we trying to show support for everyone. But nevertheless, any closing remarks, Mello V? Because I got to get out of here. I don't want to lose my spot.
Right.
I don't want to lose my spot here. So.
But no, I just I thank you and appreciate you for highlighting me today. It's not about us. It's always about other folks. But I want to close with a scripture. It says, Be strong and steady. Always work enthusiastically for the Lord, for you know that nothing you do for the Lord is ever in vain. And that's Corinthians 15:54. Yes. It's never, ever useless. Amen.
Yes,
Corinthians
that's what I'm talking about.
15:58.
Well, Mello V, it's another show.
Yes.
And I think we did our best. Thank everybody for chiming in. Please share this on your page. with your friends so they can see that it's all about our community. We got to get out in the community. And I hope to invite and see some of y'all on this Sunday at Palm Gardens. You know, I'll have that information out there, and I'll be chiming back in throughout the day up until Sunday, you know, letting you know that we're going to be there from 7 o'clock until 8. It's free. The doors open at 7. So if you want to make reservations, you can call 757-630-9745. That's 757-630-9745 for quick information on reservations. And it's free from 7 to 8. This is an adult event. It's coming out dancing and getting better acquainted with the people in our that in our community. Some of your friends, your family, bring them out. We're going to be there. Drink specials from 7 until 9. I just got to tell you everything. It's to help the mentoring program with Community Action People Incorporated. After 8 o'clock is $5 for everybody. So you ain't got to spend a lot of money. Just come on out and enjoy yourself. But I guarantee you, it's going to be worth it. DJ Rob on the ones and twos. The original Royal Horsemen will be in the building. You know, but I got to go. Remember, love yourself, put God first, and everything else will fall in place. It doesn't matter what others think about you. It's all in what you think about yourself. Until the next time we meet, till the next time we greet, this is the Dream Maker on WODU. It's the heartbeat of Old Dominion.
Mattress being on the floor, I'ma need you to do a little more, yeah. The shower is overrated, baby. I anticipated tonight is what we gon' do. Turn the bed upside down, flip me around, gravity's left the building. I'll be on top, really, I'll be on the bottom, 'cause we gon' be having sex on the ceiling. Take me higher, boy. Switch it up one time, 180, drive me crazy, baby. We gon' have sex on the ceiling. I ain't never ever wanna come down, boy. I'ma have you standing up when I'm around, boy. So whenever you get that feeling, baby, we gon' have sex on the ceiling. Nothing beneath us but the carpet, maybe some furniture. Let's get it started. Put my body